All right, we are officially live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris, and this is my channel, We Love Comics, and I am doing another spur-of-the-moment video because I know the majority of my viewers tend to like the spec videos. Whether people admit it or not, that's up to them, but I always go by the numbers, and the numbers don't lie. So I have 5 unboxings I'm going to do with 5 potential books. They're all modern books that I think you may want to be on the lookout for, because I always like to share with everybody. So I ask, the only thing from you is to share as well, put it on your social networks, help other people so you're not just buying all the books yourself. We want to make this a real community where we all help each other out, and that's why I do videos like this. While I'm waiting for people to come in, because this is a last-minute video, I want to remind people that I am still selling my comic mystery boxes, some graded and ungraded comics. And for those who care about my situation, we have officially reached our goal, even with the money to move. So it took us only about 2.5 weeks to 3 weeks to end up coming up with what we needed to have the move happen. We already signed a couple of the papers. I have to give the wire transfer the balance, and we are moving next month. So I thought, for those of you that care, I'm still selling some of my books just to make sure I have extra income in case we need it. And also, one of the things I found out, because I saw a couple of people made unboxing videos, and if you've made one of those unboxing videos and you're watching this one, put a link in the description or in your comment, so this way you can advertise your channel and hopefully it'll bring some other people to your channel and get some more subscribers. Like Mr. Comics 89, he just did a video the other day. He bought one of my basic packages on the mystery boxes. So if you want to post the link, you can. But the one thing I notice is I find many people are very happy with my books, and it's making them happy, especially with the prices I'm selling a lot of these things for. So if I have extras that I can sell, it makes other people in the comic book community happy. Like, there was one person that had a book that they've been trying for years to get, and they said it was too expensive and out of their reach. They bought it from me, and it was one of their own personal grails. So I'm going to keep selling some of my books. Obviously, I'm not selling everything. But if anybody's interested in my mystery boxes or anything like that, you can check out the link. Or if you want to share it, that also helps. All right, so let me put on the video camera, because I now see we have enough people. I don't want to ramble too much. You guys know I'm pretty good at doing that. So hello, ladies and gentlemen. I have 5 books that I'm going to unbox, and the reason I'm doing it that way is it gives people that don't know I'm doing this video time to kind of come in and catch some of the video before they have to, watch it on the rewind. So these are all modern books for the most part. So always remember, there are risks involved. There are no guarantees. Some of these are based on rumors. Rumors can change. Movies can change. Ideas can change. So there are always risks involved. So that's why I always say, look for deals, wait for deals, make deals happen. And don't just buy the first thing you see because you really want the book bad. That will save you a lot of extra money and a lot of extra problems. So, as always, I'll tell you the price I paid. Whether you can get those prices is up to you, because you guys and gals know me. I always look for deals and wait for deals. It's not very often I pounce on something unless I see it has a lot of potential down the line. But especially these days, you can have books that didn't have any value for decades, that you wouldn't even buy in the dollar bin, that all of a sudden become relevant. So these days, you never know what comic goes from a dollar bin, nobody cares about book, to a, oh my god, I gotta get that right now, I'm gonna buy it for $20, $30. Alright, so this is one of those books. This is Marvel Presents Bloodstone. This is issue number 1. This is the first appearance of Bloodstone. Now, there have been rumors going on, and I don't know if it's officially confirmed, and even if it is, it doesn't mean things cannot change, so again, keep that in mind. There's rumors that the character Bloodstone might be in the movies. How much of an extent or how popular, we don't know. I guess that is to be determined. So I paid $14.94 for this book. It's probably going for about $20 to $30 at this point. But again, you never know. Look in flea markets. Look at yard sales. Look at antique shops. You never know. So expect to spend roughly around the $20-$25 price and up, depending on the grade. This says very fine. Definitely looks like that would be. That person paid $10. I only spent $4.84 more than what they paid. So not bad. Definitely a book to get. And again, no guarantees, so keep that in mind. But I always say, if you can find something cheap and it doesn't work out, you can live with that as opposed to spending, like, for example, and I'll bring this up all the time because I tried to warn people about it, that Thor 390, when Captain America lifts up Thor's hammer, that book was selling way above the $100 mark, and now you can't even sell that book for $30. So people can be very upset spending that kind of money. But if you spend $5, $10, $20 on a book and it doesn't work out, it doesn't sting as much. So, you know, it pays to pay attention. All right, so this one I got a couple of copies of because sometimes on eBay, even if they don't have it, you can ask for it, and that is combined shipping. So they were kind enough to do this. Now, you're going to see, okay, so they put they put boards on both sides, so I like that. Extra protection is always a good thing. All right, so I'm just going to show one of them. This is one that everybody got the other week, but they may not have known this one exists. So this, and I got 4 copies of, is Coffin Bound issue number 1. This is the Femme Fatale variant. Now, as of now, I do not believe there is a movie or TV show about it. It's just a very current hot book. And who knows, with Image, because this is made by Image, you know these days it's almost a guarantee that they will have some kind of, you know, potential TV show or movie coming up. So this one is only limited to 500 copies. So I know most people got the regular cover A, but that's going to have the most prints. This one is a hard one to get. I paid $15.39 a piece, and the only reason I paid that much is I bought this overseas, and it was almost about a $20 shipping cost. So I didn't mind it considering what the other prices were going for. I actually still saved money, but yeah, the almost half of what I paid for this was in shipping costs because it came from overseas. So this again is Coffin Bound number 1. This is the Femme Fatale variant, limited to 500 copies. Definitely a book you may want to consider. I paid $15.39 a piece, probably going for the $25 to $35 range at this point, maybe even higher. So again, like I always say, wait for deals and make deals happen. So that's book number 2. And don't forget, if you're just coming in, I am still selling my mystery boxes. I'm going to do those basically for a very long time because it will help. Because as we're transitioning to another state, we have to look for jobs. So I have to make sure I have income just in case, so we don't have to day one panic and be like, oh my God, you know, what do? We don't have money for jobs. So I'm going to keep selling the books that are on those sites. And that's why I always encourage people, and I'll say it all the time, if you can, buy duplicate copies, especially of books that you love. Because if you ever have a situation where you have to come up with money quick, or you want to have trade bait to get something else that you love, it's good to have duplicates because then you still have it. So this is a book people talked about for a little while. It took me a while to get it. Again, I wanted to wait for a good deal. This is one you may want to get or you may have passed up on. But this is Avengers number 43. This is the first appearance of Red Guardian, who is going to be in the Black Widow movie. I have a feeling it's going to be a one-and-done character, so this might be one of those you turn around and flip really quick once you see the first couple of trailers. I mean, you never know. It might be such a great job they continue the character, but I would say that's probably a 30% chance of happening. So, to me, this is a one-and-done character that I think if you get, turn around and flip it. If you have any chance for a profit, use that money to buy something else that you love. But of course, like I said, the first appearance of the Guardian, minor character in the movie. I paid $33.99. This is about a 4.0 because it does have a subscription crease that breaks color. Hard to see that here. I will change the bag and board. But this book is probably going for about 50 or 60. If I see this book if I am able to sell this for double, like around 60, I'll do that in a second. So that's the only older book. Like I said, most of these are modern. But that's one, definitely, if you haven't had the chance, because they haven't done the trailer yet. You know, once they do a trailer and they show a character, people go crazy again, and the others that missed out may climb on board. So now that there's a little bit of a lull and nobody's talking about it, that's the best time to pick them up, because you'll get a better price. All right, next up, and then we have one more to go. I like this tape. That's pretty cool. Never seen that before. I'd say it's like a Christmas tape, but most people don't use black and white for Christmas. But then again, it might look like snow at in the nighttime. So just got to use your imagination. All right, so this is another book that I would definitely recommend. It's a book that people were showing the other week. My store did not have it. I saw there were rarer variants, so I decided to go with that route. I think I picked up one of the regular copy, so I mean, you know, that's nice. Alright, so they got interesting colors of tape on this. Orange on this one. Alright, so I love when they package well, which is a lot better than some of the ones you've seen recently on my video channel, and probably many others. I think, you know, you're not a true comic collector until you get your first destroyed package in the mail. I think it's almost a rite of passage. And it's something that we all can share as a situation that we've probably all gone through. Okay, so again, I bought 4 copies because this book has a lot of potential. This is Dead End Kids issue number 1. This is the Source Point Press variant. I don't know how many copies it has, but I would rather get the rarer versions than the regular cover, because these tend to hold more value if the book turns out to be something, you know, like a movie deal comes out, or just a great book that people read, which will ultimately end up in a movie anyway. But with shipping and handling, I paid $22 a piece for these. I've seen the regular cover of this book, the cover A, sell for $25 and up. So I was able to acquire these cheaper than the regular copy, and these are rarer variants. Alright, so last one. This is another spec book based on a character potentially being in a movie. So I've said it before and I'll say it again. There are always risks involved. You never know if a character is scheduled, you know, and ends up getting booted or gets a minimum role. I mean, look what they've done with Jubilee. So, you know, there are no guarantees, but again, if you buy it when it's cheaper, you never know. So that's the thing about speculation. There are no guarantees. So better to underspend than overspend. You got to get out of that habit of doing that emotion, oh my God, I got to buy it right now, because trust me, many people will take advantage. So this is 2 books, definitely ones you may want to consider. This is Silver Surfer 81 and 82, which before the potential announcement, nobody cared about. You would have seen these in dollar bins and you would have probably passed them up. But this is the first cameo and first full appearance of Tyrant, who they're saying will be in a movie. Again, I think it's Doctor Strange, but again, how much of an impact will he be? Will he actually be in the movie? Will it be something that is a one-and-done character? Hard to say. Time will tell. But I paid $20 a piece for these, so $40 for the set. I've seen these being sold for $70 and $80 for the pair. So I think I got a really good deal. I got another package I'm waiting in the mail to receive for about the same price. So there are deals out there. You just got to find them. I've seen people... The day I bought these for $40, I was looking at the ending now, and people were spending... Last time I checked, the bid was like $75. All they had to do was go to the newly listed books, and they could have found this set for half the price. But most people, again, they base things on emotion. They don't want to put in the effort and the time, and they end up overspending. So yeah, they might be happy that they got those books, but I was able to get 2 sets for the same price they got for 1 set. So this is definitely a book that you may want to consider. Again, it's expensive at this point, because once the speculation's out there, you know sellers are going to go overboard with them. So you never know. But this might be, these might be two books you have in your 90s collection that were worth nothing, but they're worth something now. And yeah, Matt says, got 81 for $3 a month ago. There you go. Sometimes it's all about timing. So these are definitely books worth getting. So those are the books. If you didn't see them, just watch, rewatch it and everything. Again, if you can please. And Who Dat's here. He says my shop has one book for $25. Yeah, some people are selling them individually. I would buy them as a set because you'll get a better deal most likely. But this is definitely. Peter Porker says I use your 15-second or less trick. I actually tell people 3 seconds. Because at 15 seconds, it's like football or basketball. When there's 15 seconds left, that can seem like forever. With 3 seconds, by the time somebody realizes they've been outbid and they go to hit another bid, the auction's over. So 15 seconds is way too long. Most people will tell you 10 seconds. Again, way too long. Because think about it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How many bids do you think you could have made in that time period by clicking one button? But if you do 3 seconds, 3, oh my god, I've been outbid, 2, 1. It's already done. So that's a tip I have in my section under tips and advice. It's an eBay thing. Check it out. And trust me, those seconds are crucial. That's why you have to have fast internet. But please share this video. Please like it if you appreciate these kind of videos. Let's hear your comments. Hit the subscribe button, and if you can share my link about the books I'm selling, please, that helps. And if you make a video and you do an unboxing and you let me know about it, about any of the books that you buy from me, whether it's a mystery box or just a regular comic book, you could post the link and I will also watch it. I will subscribe to your channel if I'm not already subscribed. I will like the video, and I will add it to my playlist of favorite videos. So anytime anybody ever goes to my playlists, they will see your unboxing video. So that may be a way to help promote yourself. And it doesn't matter if you bought a $1,000 book or a $10 book. So it doesn't matter if you bought the $5,000 biggest mystery box or the $25 basic minimum box. I will share your videos. Peter Porker says, I usually win at the 12-second mark, but I will take it down. Trust me on this, because if you are going against me, your 12 seconds, by the time you realize you've been outbid, you can't do anything. I am the master when it comes to sniping books. I show it all the time, so trust me, 12 seconds is a lifetime. There could be 10 more bids in that 12-second period. There's going to be no bids after 3 seconds because there's just not enough time, because it takes 1 to 2 seconds for them to even realize that they've been outbid, and by that point, you're not fast enough to react, especially if you're going to type in a number. So trust me, I win all the time. The only times I don't win is I set a certain price that I'm willing to go to. If I get outbid on that, I'll wait for the next one. I never continue to spend more and use emotion to get what I want, because I always know there's going to be other books. So I know there's times you may have to wait weeks, months, or even years for a book. But if you can buy a book for 50% or more under what it's valued as, you're going to be a lot happier, because that's more money to spend for you than to give it to somebody else. So let's do the surprise subscriber shout out. You don't even have to be a subscriber to do this, but we're going to go with George Brown. Today, you are the surprise subscriber shout-outs. Everybody say congratulations or say hi to George Brown and check out his channel. If he has videos, subscribe. He says, my current grail is X-Men 94, but it's so expensive, hard to find decent copy for under 300. Change your mindset, because if you continually say it's hard to find, you're going to make that true. If you watch my videos, I mean, I'm about to get a book back that could potentially be a 9.0 to a 9.4 potentially, and that's Giant Size X-Men #1. I just got it this year. I paid $215 for it altogether. That's about a $3,000 to $5,000 book. I have numerous books that I bought the year of when it was the most popular, and I got it for 10, 20, 30 times under what its value is. There are always deals out there. So if you have that mindset, you're never going to find it. So my advice to you, George, is change your mindset and say, I will find a good deal. It's just a matter of time. Because trust me, if you bid on 999 X-Men 94s and lost, but you won the 1,000th for the deal that is a deal of a lifetime, are you going to care about the 999 times you lost? Absolutely not. It's like dating and you meet 100 partners that were garbage to you, meant nothing, or hurt you, or robbed you, or did something bad. And then all of a sudden you meet your soulmate and spend the rest of your life with that person. Do you really think you're going to care about the other people? No. So don't reflect on the negative. Don't say you can't do something. Don't say it's hard, because you're actually going to create that as a reality that's going to prove yourself right. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Just watch my videos. You'll see time and time again. Just this year alone, I got an Amazing Spider-Man number 129, first appearance of the Punisher. I paid $189 for it. It came back graded at a 6.5. I found somebody was selling 40 Incredible Hulk comics that they said were very low grade. One of the books in there was Hulk 180, first cameo appearance of Wolverine. I paid $5.43 a book, about $300 for the whole stack. That book came back a 9.0, which is valued as of now over $1,000. There are always deals. You just got to change your mindset. I mean, obviously, if you want to doubt yourself or say that's nonsense or BS, that's perfectly fine, but you're only hurting yourself, so why do that? Don't listen to the procrastinators or the haters or the ones that always try and put you down or say something's a coincidence. They have the right to their opinion. I say go by proof, and if you watch my videos time and time again, I constantly find very key books that people are spending more than the value is, and I'm paying half or less. So hopefully you'll help with that advice. So again, if you can give it a thumbs up, that's great. If you can share my link, please do. I really appreciate it. I'll post it one more time. It's also in the description of this and every video, and I also pin it to every comment on a video that I make. So check out my books if you want to get them. And Who That Says and Movies Says, do not let people or jealousy take away from getting your grail. Absolutely. And remember, you could have a personal grail. You could say Batman number 425 is your personal grail because it meant something to you when you were 6 years old. Who cares if anybody else likes it? Who cares if people laugh at you for buying something? If it makes you happy, that's all that matters. Because trust me, with just less than 1% of the comics that I own, because I own roughly between 30 and 35,000 books, many of them since I was a kid. I've had girlfriend after girlfriend used to laugh at me. Oh, you're a grown man collecting comics? Well, selling less than 1% of my books, not even, probably 0.5% of my books, I was able to buy a home cash. Now, it's no Trump Tower or anything like that, but it's definitely a great house that we're buying, and it's good enough for the next stage. But because of my love for comics, because I can find good deals, because I bought multiple copies of books, so I can actually sell some and still have them. Like, for example, I had 2 Amazing Spider-Mans number 2. I had a 1.8 and a 1.5. I sold the 1.8, but I still have the 1.5. So I don't have 2 of them anymore, but I still can say I own Amazing Spider-Man number 2. So there's always deals, there's always ways. Do what you want if it makes you happy. Nothing wrong with listening to other people's advice. Nothing wrong with getting other people's opinions. Nothing wrong with getting information from other people. But you ultimately should be responsible for what you do and don't do. And that's why people like me and others who know what they're doing will take advantage of those that are too lazy to take 5 seconds to Google search something and find out what it is. Or actually, instead of a listing of a book about to end where they're spending $75 to $90 for these 2 books, all they had to do was check just listed at that same moment and could have gotten the same exact ones for half the price. So there's no excuse for laziness or, sitting there making yourself depressed. You want to make things happen? You got to make things happen. The world waits for Superman instead of realizing that you are Superman or you could be Superman. You can't do it on a couch. You can't do it whining and complaining and crying. Trust me, I did it for a while myself. I've been there. It does not help you. So if you want to change your reality, like if you looked at Endgame, if they sat around and moped and said, there's nothing we can do, none of the events that followed in the movie would have ever happened. And yes, they would have made that statement true. There's nothing that we can do. So they would have done nothing, which actually creates the reality that turns that statement into truth. All you have to do is change your mindset. You change the path. You change that version of truth. And that's why I said in another video on my other channel, you can have people on this hand say flat earth is the real thing. You can have people on this side saying round earth is the real thing. And this side will have plenty of facts to back themselves up, to prove their point. And this side will have plenty of facts to back theirs up. Why are they both thinking they're right and both thinking the other's wrong? Is because when you understand how the universe works, you create your own reality, so it's basically the same thing can happen in two different realities that becomes their own personal truth based on your belief system. And the story is, there are people to this day that still think that's crazy and insane, and think people like me are crazy conspiracy theorists for it. Even though all you have to do is watch a lot of scientists and very smart people who will tell you all these things. I mean, not for nothing, they're trying to tell you about Endgame and all these multiple multiverses and stuff. DC has been talking about multiverses since the 60s. This is not something new. It's just something that's not taught. You want to keep people ignorant? You don't have to lie to them. You just don't have to tell them things that they don't want you to know. If you think that's hogwash or silly or crazy or conspiracy, okay. Keep going by the fact of saying you can't achieve anything and wonder why you don't. So I'm not going to sit here and say all you have to do is say, oh, I wish for a Lamborghini and it's just going to fall down from the sky. You have to make the effort. You have to get off your butt and do whatever it takes to get that Lamborghini without trying to rob people or hurt other people in the process. So you have to find the true balance too, because there is a little bit of karma involved as well. So that's some extra advice for you guys. Not many people are going to believe in it. Not many people are going to listen to it. And a great many people will never even hear it. But if you're one of the people that hears it, listens to it, and does it, and it helps your life, well, then that's an amazing thing. And trust me, I've had many people that were skeptical about my advice and things that I've said, and then they tried it, and they found out it works. If you want to believe that's a coincidence or luck or whatever floats your boat. When you have, for example, a lucky horseshoe, the horseshoe isn't lucky. You're putting your power into that, making it into something that you believe it to be. So there's no magical powers in a lucky horseshoe. It's you're giving it the energy. So that's some advice that very few will listen to, and that's why very few will succeed. So yes, I'm not moving into Trump Towers, but I had about 45 to 50 days to come up with at least $24,000, even though I lost my jobs, and the jobs I got replaced, I'm making half the money, and I did it in 2.5 weeks. Most people would have said, you can't do it. My family couldn't do it. They said that I couldn't do it, and they were worried. I never had that fear, and I said, I will do what it takes to make it happen. And what a surprise, it happened, and I'm still able to buy a couple of comics to keep the videos going that you guys like. Now, I'm not going to be having an Amazing Fantasy 15 anytime soon, but I'm getting some good deals that I have coming on the way. Some of them are key books that people seem to keep thinking they can't get. Change your mindset, you'd be amazed. And like even Matt said, garage sales. You could find steals in garage sales. What about antique shops? Plenty of places. Flea markets. Check the dollar bins, because like I said, 2 months ago, these were dollar bin books nobody cared about. The only reason people care about it now is because there was a potential movie announcement. Don't be one of the people that has to overspend. Now, I paid, as everybody else is spending, $70 to $80 for this pair, I paid $40. So I already beat the game, and if these end up happening, the books are going to go up even higher. So if you want to base it on emotion, if you want to base it on other channels that just try and sell you everything that they can without giving you real honest advice, you know, there's a saying, a fool and their money are soon parted. So don't be a fool, because remember, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And the problem is people don't take responsibility anymore. They just like to point fingers or put people down that think or act differently, and they wonder why their lives are going in a circular motion, always giving them exactly what they don't want. Because they're not doing anything to change it. That's on them. If you've watched my channel long enough, you know I've gone through lots of peaks and valleys, but if you see me going in a positive direction, just keep in mind, if you have a ladder, you can only get up to the top one step at a time. Stop trying to jump to the top and thinking that's how it works. You wonder why you keep falling. So, hopefully that helps. Maybe I'll get a couple extra thumbs up. Maybe I'll have changed somebody's mindset. Who knows? All I know is it works for me, and I'm showing it, and I'm leading by example. If you want to follow it or ignore it, that's up to you. But if anything, I showed you 5 comics, and those of you who love my rants, you got a free rant. So thanks for listening. Give a shout out to the shout out. And don't forget, it is not you, it is not I, it is We Love Comics. And once again, check out my mystery boxes and pick up some of the comics I still have for sale. And you'll find some good deals. They'll be well protected, and they will be mailed out very quickly. Have a great day, and I'll see you next video. Peace out, everybody.